Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something don't look right. Something don't look right. Something don't... Oh, that's why. Because I ain't closed my curtain. Like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Like, whoa. Okay. Now, that's better. Good evening, everybody. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, God dog it. I don't know what's going on today, man. I don't know what's going on today. That means we don't need to do no live stream. That's what that means. That means we don't need to do a live stream. Cause stuff just all over the place right now, man. Just all over the place right now. Me and that light. Now, as I was saying, if this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome. But give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits. If by some slither of my huge imagination you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. y'all know, Aranya Grande. That's Big Spot if you don't hablo Espanol. And you are in tune to another episode of the Intra-Day Price Action Recap. What's going on, man? Let's see who we got in here. We got Here to Learn and Share in here thus far. We got Kashaya up in here thus far. We got Rich up in here. It's either Rich or Mr. Itch. Which is it? Is it Rich or Mr. Itch? We got Trader Mo. Trader Mo, I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. We got Kim up in here. All right. Let me see that. I see more numbers than I see names, but them all the names that I see there, so that's all I'm going to say. If you are part of the Discordia, we are live in the Discord chatter-rat-tat, and that would be in the regular voice channel. M for Michelle. Michelle is rich. Michelle is rich. We got M Rich in the building. All right. We're in the regular voice channel. If you're in the Discord. What's up, Deborah? What's going on, Sherwin? Salute you. Not you, Deborah. That's Sherwin. Salute you, Sherwin. Hello, Deborah. All right. So if you got any questions or want to share anything and you're in the Discord, feel free to pull up in the voice, unmute, and say, hey, Tim, I want to say something, right? I'm going to try to focus on this side of the screen here, right? And keep my focus over there and not keep looking back over here at the chat and get distracted because I be getting mad, distracted. What's up, Tepesh? What's good? Right? What's good, Tepesh? Let's get into it, man. This is today's price action right here. This is today's price action right there. Right? Shout out the mentees. I feel like we had an amazing tape reading session today. Right? I feel like we had an amazing tape reading session today. Shout out Kashaya. Kashaya is the mentee of the week. Right? Tim, why is Kashaya the mentee of the week? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. Kashaya is the mentee of the week because during our tape reading session today, I think she has come very, 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 very close to a breakthrough in her tape reading abilities. Today we were studying the ES, right? We were studying the ES today, and she was asking a question that totally confused me, right? Totally confused me. And then she pulled up and we talked through it, right? We talked through it, and I think she's very, if she hasn't gotten her aha moment on this situation now, I really feel like she's very close, right? Because when you take the time to really do the work on yourself, meaning, hey, this is what I'm struggling with, and you go in and you try to really do the work, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes that breakthrough so much more profound. Because once you get it, you be like, yes! I used to practice playing the keyboard, right? I used to be able to play the keyboard pretty good. I'm mad rusty. I haven't played in years. But I was teaching myself how to do it via like videos and stuff. And I used to practice. And it would be stuff that I swear I would never get. I would sit there and practice on it for like 2-3 hours. Hands tired, cramping, never gonna get it. And I'll come in there a couple days later after I'm doing this, and it would just flow out of me, and I'll be like, yes! And you know what I'm saying? It'll be that same way. It's gonna be that. Hey, Jennifer, what you jumping rope, Jennifer? Jennifer, what you doing? What in the bird out of the cage? Oh, at the basketball game. Okay. All right. Hit mute.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was on mute.
Jennifer, all we heard was like, what Jennifer got going on? Right in the middle of giving Kashaya her congratulations. Y'all know, hey, y'all remember when that dude pulled up and let the bird out the cage? Oh, man, that's what I went back to. I started thinking about the bird in the cage. Shout out Kashaya, man. Shout out Kashaya. And everybody else, all the other mentees that's putting in the work to better yourself. But Kashaya is the mentee of the week because, hey, I feel like she's very near that breakthrough. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's very near that breakthrough. Let's get to it, man. We had a huge new week opening gap, right? So our new week opening gap was a 56.25, right? 56.25 point gap for the new week opening gap, right? And then, right, for the opening range gap, it was even bigger. The opening range gap was even bigger, right? So the opening range gap was 162.5 points, right? The opening range gap was huge. The new week opening gap was big, but the opening range gap was massive. So anybody who don't know the difference between the new week opening gap and the opening range gap, the new week opening gap is the closing price of the futures trading at 5 p.m. on Friday and the opening price at 6 p.m. on Sunday. That's the new week opening gap, the difference in between that close and that open. The opening range gap is the difference between the close at 4:15 on any given day and the open at 9:30, 4:15 p.m. and 9:30 a.m. So the close and the open of the New York session, right? That's the opening range gap. And the other one was the new, yeah. So in the way you see it quickly is go to regular trading hours to see the opening range gap. And then you can just go to a daily chart and make sure you have the settlement turned off And then the difference between this candle's close and that candle's open, that's your new week or new day opening gap. Just like for today, and new week is from Friday to Sunday or Friday to Monday, however you want to look at it. And then like here, we closed there and opened there. That's our new day opening gap right there. So give me a new day opening gap. I can. So let me duplicate this. New day opening gap. Clone. Unlock. So now, right, that's the opening price of today's trading, meaning the 26th, and that's the closing price of the 25th trading, right? So that's a bullish new day opening gap, right? Let me change the name of this to the 26th because tomorrow is the 26th. That's my niece's 37th birthday. Bullish new day opening gap for the 26th, right? And just like that, my new day opening gap has been updated. Now I like to put it down to the exact minute candle, right? So I'm going to scoot that over like that. Go down to a 1 minute chart. Gonna scoot it back to that last candle there. See right there, that candle that says 459. That's the candle that closes at 5 o'clock. So the difference between that candle and that candle is the new day or new week opening gap. If it's from a Friday to a Sunday, it's new week. From the day to day, it's a new day. Right? Lock that back. Enough beat in that. And I'll hide that for now. Uh-oh. I had that name wrong. That should say new week. New week. All right. So now that we've beat that dead horse, okay, let's go back here and look at, y'all know I like to keep that off. So we're going to knock off any trading that's going into now. So had a 50 something point new week opening gap, right? Then price came in here. Now, even with this area here of consolidation, right? Even with this area of consolidation right there, right? Can somebody tell me, right? Can somebody tell me what for the entire day, right? For the entire day, right? We want to know. There we go, there we go, there we go. Time of day. All right, first of all, looking at price, just looking at it over this 15-minute chart, right? This is the beginning of the day. This is the end of the day over here, right? What type of day is this? What type of day is that?
You asking bearish or bullish?
No, what type of day was it? When we talk about right? When we talk about what kind of day was it, right? What type of day, kind of day? Power of 3. There you go. Power of 3. Right? Very good. Okay, so we had a power of 3 day, right? It was a classic power of 3 day. What makes it a power of 3 day? Right? Looking at price, what makes it shut out? What makes it a power of 3 day? Why isn't this just a red candle? Why isn't this just a red candle that opened here and closed there, made a high there, made a low there? Why isn't it just a red candle? What makes it a power of 3 day? What makes it a power of 3 day? Because of what? Very good. Very good. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. That's what makes it a power of 3. Because of accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. All right. So today was a power of 3 day because it had accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Right. Every down closed candle is not going to be a power of 3 candle. And there's that, remember I said a red candle, that red candle there. Right, that's a daily chart. See, there's the red candle right there. Right, every candle is not going to be a power of 3 candle. Right, it's very specific criteria that makes it a power of 3 session, that makes it a power of 3 day, that makes it a power of 3 candle, that makes it a power of 3. Price is fractal, so you can have the power of 3 inside anything, right? I'm glad you learned a lot, Chico Dread. I'm glad you learned. I said I wasn't going to look at the chat. Let me turn over here. Let me turn my attention back over here. All right? So, now, for those who don't know, right, the power of 3, we open here, right? As you see, we came across here, right? We call that consolidation, right? Somebody else tell me what type of, inside this power of 3 day, God dog it. Inside this power of 3 day, right? What type of delivery what delivery method was this? Look at Kashai, he's just popping up with the, before you, what you had that typed up. You had that typed up. Kashai just, oh, let me type this out. Kashai, you had that typed up. How you just gonna pop that in before I already gave you, all right, you can take your apple back home. I already gave you your props. I don't want your apple. I don't want your apple. Right, we had curd. Right, we had, come here. Right, we had curd. Right. And for those who don't know what curd is, right, we got consolidation. We got expansion. That's the E. We got reversal. That's the R. We got retracement. That's the other R. We got delivery, right, below these lows. And below these lows, down there, and then we came off and we closed out right there. Now, in the sense of AMD, right? Remember, AMD is the verb that the power of 3 does, right? So we got accumulation that happens during the consolidation, right? We got the manipulation where we went the wrong way and then came back and punished people for chasing it the wrong way. The manipulation, right? Then we got the distribution where we go below a old low or above a old high and then distribute positions down here. You can tell it's distributing because the market will back up off that old low or old high, and then it went into like a hovering pattern where we closed out the day off the lows, right? Off the lows. So we got a current day. We got a power of 3. We got current delivery inside this power of 3 day, right? And there's the accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, right? And that's across the entire day, right? That's across the entire day. So this shows you how price is fractal, the fractal nature of price, right? Everything that happens, Michael uses the 1 minute time frame and the sub 1 minute time frame. Speaking of sub 1 minute time frames, they sucked me in. Have you ever been swallowed? Have you ever been swallowed? Shout out TD Jakes. Y'all pray for him. He had a stroke. TD Jakes had a stroke. TD Jakes said, let him go in peace. Went straight into a stroke. My brother sent me the video today. They swallowed. Oh yeah, the thing. They sucked me in on the 70% off. So now if you notice over here, I have sub 1 minute charts over there because they sucked me into the upgrading, right? I up for the price of what I paid for the plan that I already got, right? I was able to upgrade for that same amount to the highest plan that they got. And it includes the sub 1 minute charts. So now if I want to see sub 1 minute stuff on trading, now I don't have to look over on my Ninja Trader screen to see the sub 1 minute fair value gaps. Right now I can watch it all on there and know, okay, this is a sub 1 minute fair value gap or something like that. You don't need sub 1 minutes. You do not need sub 1 minutes. Don't go out there and spend your hard-earned money getting that plan when you don't need it. You don't need it at all. All right. And so now, since I upgraded today, like my plan, I told y'all I got my plan in February, right? So since I upgraded today, right, they giving me the rest of my plan from now until February on the premium, and then a whole year of the premium. So now I got like 400 and something days of premium, right? Hey Robinson, hey, hit me up. When I get off the live. Call me when I get off live. I wanna talk to you about something. I don't want to talk on the internet about it. So when I get off live, call me when I get off live. Matter of fact, I'll just text you. I'll just text you now. Y'all hold on for a second. I'll just text you now. Because I know your wife probably going to put you on punishment because y'all supposed to be spending time together right now and you sneaking on the internet. I would send you the video, but you got an Android and the video won't come through clear. You went to Ely, so I put a phonetic spelling in there. You went to Ely, so I put a phonetic spelling in there. For at least 2 weeks. I just sent you a text. All right, let's get back to it, man. Hey, where was it? 15 minutes. Okay, so we see the fractal nature of price, right? Fractal nature of price by looking at how price delivered today over the entire spectrum of the day, right? You see we got the accumulation, manipulation, and distribution all playing out throughout the entire day. Okay, so now let's, oh god dog it, I'm just sitting up here hitting I'm just hitting the paintbrush. Right. So now let's look at something else, right? That we always talk about. Remember, we sprinting. We sprinting right now, right? We sprinting right now. Okay, so right when we squanch our charts up, right? We squanch our charts up. We gonna block out all the stuff that we put on the charts. Ignore all of the fancy dancy ICT PD arrays and special all of that. Now, when we squanch up our charts, right? We see that price prior to today, we know that this is today's price action right here. All of this right here in the shape of Texas up there, right? Don't that look like Texas right here? All of Texas up here, right? We got all of Texas up there. That's today's price action, okay? Prior to today's price action, right? This right here, right? This right here, right? This right here. Yeah. IDK. Let me see the right. Y'all hold on. I ain't frozen. I'm still moving. Do I look like a hurler? Do I look like a hurler? I'm still moving. Y'all can't see me? I'm waving my hand. I'm waving my hand right now. Y'all don't see me waving my hand? I got a one up. You can't see the one? You can't see the one? Y'all don't see the one? Hey, so prior to today, right? We had this range here, right? We had this range here prior to today. Okay, so going through, different aspects of how and why price delivers, right? Prior to today, right? This was the latest. What was this prior to today, right? What was this area right here that I just highlighted with this green line and red line? Prior to today's action, what was this? This was the current what? Dealing range. Very good, right? This right here was the current dealing range prior to Texas being created, right? So inside our dealing range right here, as you see, price, right? Price was consolidating in the premium, right, of our dealing range. Okay, so price was accumulating in our dealing range. Okay? And I mean in the premium of our dealing range, right? And then we said once we see the new dealing range that's established, what do we want to look back and see? We want to look back and see if it's a part of what? Right? When we look back, we want to see if it's a part of what? Huh? Yes, we want to see if it's inside a parent dealing range, right? And in the near term, this is a new dealing range on its own. But if we look back a few days, we can see that all of these ranges are inside this dealing range here, right? And right there, we poked out the low of that dealing range there, right? So if we look back through time, gotta look back, gotta look way back. And this right here is the start of this. We're just gonna start at this consolidation right there, right? We're gonna start here at this consolidation. If you want, you can go to this one, right? There's nothing wrong with starting there, right? Because that is the highest high of the entire move, right? So we'll just start there, right? We'll just start there. And that's from the 13th. Is this the same day? This the next day. This is Wednesday, the 13th, and this over here is Thursday. Okay, so Wednesday and Thursday. So toward the end of this week over here, and that's about 2 weeks ago, close to 2 weeks ago, right? All of these ranges are inside this huge dealing range right here, right? All of these are part of that huge dealing range right there. Okay, so let's go. We're going to go from that high over there down to that low. Okay, from that high down to that low, right? Right here, right there is where we engage the sell side for this entire range, right? So let's do this. God dog it, Tim. I keep putting it on the freaking brush. All right. I need a shortcut to jump back to my brush tool. Okay, so inside this huge parent dealing range right there, right, we have been consolidating inside the discount of this huge parent dealing range. Okay, so over multiple days, let's go to a daily chart. All right. So, and if we look back, we actually started the drop there, right? We can even go back farther when we look at the daily chart. We started the drop here on the 11th. That's that Monday. So the start of that week, right? So we're going to put the high on the start of that week. Right? We're putting the high on the start of that week, and that'll give us an all-time high. Right? That'll give us an all-time high. That's the high that the YM hit. And did the ES hit it today? No, the ES did not hit it, but the YM has taken that all-time high, I think. Yes, they did, right? On the daily chart, that's the all-time high. The YM has taken a new all-time high, right? NQ hasn't hit it. The ES is very close to it, hasn't hit it. And right there we go. Remember this morning, Kashaya was talking about when we said if we come up and make relative equal highs, we want to see price engage with that liquidity void. You see what we did there? We came down, we engaged with the liquidity void now, right? And now we got relative equal highs and a single low down there, right? So we got relative equal highs and a single low on the daily time frame now, right? Remember, we was pushing up today, and we was like, would like to see price stop, create a relative equal high, and then come back down and engage with this liquidity void. We already engaged with the liquidity void there, right? So, I wouldn't be mad at, dipping down and pushing up to, right? I wouldn't even be mad if it wanted to pull back a little bit and get a good run and start at it. But there's your relative equal high and your single low inside the range right there. When we say let price establish highs and lows, right? So you would have a low and a high for the entire dealing range, and then you got internal sell side there, right? High, low, internal sell side inside that dealing range right there on the daily time frame. Now, back to what I was saying. Okay, make sure I get off of that drawing tool. Now, so there you go. Then come back to 15 minute, right? And we're going to squash this back up. All right, that's Texas. And looking at this entire, right? Looking at this entire dealing right there. We're using that high right there. I can't get it on the high because we were using this high right here. We're just going to stick with that high right there because this is when we start to drop, right? This is when we were trying to figure out, are we on the right side of the sell model, right? When we get up here, trying to figure out, is this the smart money reversal? And this right here was the confirmation that that's the smart money reversal because we started to drop, right? So that's why we was using that high right there. So we just going to leave it on that high because I can't get it to stick to that high right now, all right? If I stretch it out, I probably could get it to stick. If I can't get it to stick, I'm going to say forget it. Can't get it to stick. Can't get it to stick on the high. Can't get it. Don't want to stick on the high. Okay, forget it. All right, so we're consolidating in the discount of the parent dealing range, right? So now when we look at this range there, right, coming down here, we have a level of internal buy side right there. All right, matter of fact, let's do this. Copy you, copy you, copy you, copy you, copy you, copy you. All right. Get out the way. Get out the way, Texas. All right, so inside this parent range right there, right, took out buy side, took out sell side, right, got a dealing range there, right. If we're looking at the entire range coming down, right, this parent range that we in, that's a new dealing range because we broke outside of the dealing range here, right. We took out buy side, right, sell side, right, then we attacked the sell side, and then we took our buy side and then attacked the sell side. So we created a new dealing range, right, outside of this one here, right? So there's our new dealing range, and you can't go from there to there to say, okay, yes, this is a overall parent, but this right here is the parent dealing range that we're looking at for these right here, because you price is fractal. Put the egg inside the egg inside the egg inside the egg before you get to the bitty, right? Okay, so we're consolidating in the discount, right? So we came here, set a low, right? This was our high, this was our low, right? We came over here, we set a low, right? We pushed back up. So now relative is, how you look at it, but we got a low that's higher than the low over here, right? So we got liquidity resting there, right? And then we set another relative equal low there. So now we got that low and then that low, got sell side posting up under there, and then we engage with the sell side liquidity, right? Once we engage with the sell side liquidity, right, inside this, right, range that's a part of this parent dealing range right there, right? This is a dealing range all of its own because we did push up above some liquidity there, right? That's a range all because we pushed up above some liquidity there, right? So we got a dealing range all of its own, right? And then we attack the buy side. So for this dealing range here, this is the buy side liquidity, the external buy side liquidity. But for the parent, right, this is internal liquidity or minor buy side. So we took out the sell side, right? We took out the sell side, retraced back, right? Got our breaking market structure, right? Bullish breaking market structure there, right? Traded up to equilibrium of the range, right? Poked above equilibrium just a little bit, and then we broke down and got a deep retracement, right? But did not take out the sell side, right? Deep retracement without taking the sell side. So now we see here we have switched from a sell program to now we're in a buy program because we wicked off the lows, pushed through the highs, right? Come back down, respect the lows, right? Respecting the lows, push through the highs, right? Come up above the external sell side for this range and come above the minor or internal sell side for the entire parent leg, right? Once we take out that minor buy side, I said sell side, but buy side, minor buy side, we come back down, right, and engage with the internal sell side of this dealing range right here, right? Because this leg came down, taking out sell side, and then we went up, taking out buy side, tapping into the minor buy side inside the parent leg. And then for this dealing range here, we dropped down, took out the sell side, left the lows intact, right? Because remember the other day we was like, this low should be protected. That low should be protected. Remember we was like, it can trade all the way back down up under this. But that low and that low should be protected. Y'all remember we talked about that? Because remember we had got the Fibonacci tool and we ran it from this low to this high right here, right? And we did the projection, right? We ran the Fibonacci tool right there and we did our projection there. And we said at the 1.5, we expect to see some type of retracement or something. Look what happened at the 1.5. We went up and we consolidated there, and then we got a little retracement, right? And then we came up here to close to the 2. We didn't quite make it to the 2, but we went up at the 1.5. We consolidated, spiked up, and then dropped down and retraced back down into the range, right? Remember we talked about that right there, that 1.5. There's our retracement, and then we said we can run it to that high over there, right? We can run it to that high over there, and it'll give us a measured move of 1 that's above these highs, and then the measured move of 2 is very close to the all-time new highs, but it's above, right? It's above this buy side liquidity there. And we was talking about if we went up to there, right, then that would give it a chance to, and pull back, that'll give it a chance to set relative equal highs on the higher time frame to pull back into the range and then attack the relative equal highs, right? Well, that is what we were talking about, and you see it here playing out in fruition because we made the smiley face. Remember, we made the smiley face over there, right? We had the I, and the I. We said institutional order, institutional market structure, ran the Fibonacci's, and looked at it. Okay, now that we finished reminiscing, okay, all right, so protected, the lows are protected, right? And then we move into, before today, this was the latest dealing range that the most current dealing range that we had established after taking out the sell side. The lows are still protected. The buy program is still intact, right? So since the buy program is still intact, we took out sell side. We pushed up to the highest imbalance of the range right here. That was the imbalance of the range there. We'll just say the buy side liquidity right there. That's the high of the SIBI. You don't have to worry about, oh, Tim, I can't see it. Trust me, it's there. There's a SIBI right there, right? We be too focused on trying to find the next best PD array, right? Instead of worry about what price is actually doing. See, there's the SIBI right there, right? We trade back up to the high of the SIBI, and then we start consolidating in this area right here, right? And notice what we did during this consolidation. Where are we consolidating? We're consolidating in the premium, right? We're consolidating in the premium of the move, right? We're consolidating in the premium of the range. I'm sorry. Right, so we're consolidating here in the premium of the range, and then if you look right about here, all right, we drop down there during the London, and we come down into a slight discount right there, right? So we drop down into a slight discount, right, of this range there, right? Once we drop into the discount of the range, right, price moves up, trades back into this consolidation, right? It moved up, giving us a break in market structure, right? And then we traded back down into this consolidation. So we consolidated, pushed up, right? Came back down, took out this, establishing a dealing range inside that dealing range there, right? But price is still bullish. Lows are still being protected after running out that during the London, right? We drop down into the discount, taking out that sell side, right? And then every time we drop down here, the lows were protected, right? So we got lows, all these lows here protected, okay? And then today we got a huge gap up, right? Huge gap up. Just imagine this as one big green candle, right? So now we got a huge gap up there, right? And in the sense of going from here, right? That's the, right, from there, let's do it like this. So from here, when we took off there, right, after we swept, went to the discount, displaced up, pulled down, right there, boom, that's our low. And then now we're going up. Imagine this as a huge green candle there. And now that's our high. That's from, and that's a part of today. So this range here from Friday morning at 10:15, right, to today at 9:45, right, that is, right, that right there is that, well, actually this is the beginning of it right here, right? That's the beginning of it there, but we can just go from here because that low was protected there. All right, this right here is actually the beginning of it there, but we want to go to the point where we were leaving, right? This is okay, I'm ready to get out of there, right? This is the initiation. This is the smart money reversal, right? But this right here is when price is letting you know, yes, that was the smart money reversal and I'm getting out of here, okay? So, and man, look at this. I didn't even notice this, but what are we doing right here? That is an area of consolidation, right? That's an area of consolidation. Where is it consolidating it? Right there at equilibrium, right? 50% of that range that we pointed out. Oh my goodness, this stuff really does work. Yes, so, right, now, looking back to here, what I was saying, we went up, right? And then we started, after we gapped up there, just imagine this being a big green candle, right? Engaging this buy side, right? So we've engaged the buy side from this dealing range here, right? Once we engaged the buy side, we started accumulating orders, right? We break out to the top, right? And then drop down, creating a high, creating a Judas swing. So now that we've made a top and dropped down and created a Judas swing, now we got a new dealing range that has broken out of the top, right? It's broken out of the top. So now, once we've broken out of the top, it's looking bullish, right? Price is looking bullish since it broke out of the top. So now for this dealing range here, right? That right there is our internal sell side liquidity. That's our internal sell side liquidity right there. Right? Okay. So I really don't need that right there. Right? So that's our internal sell side liquidity for this dealing range right here that we created between Friday at 10 a.m. and Friday around 10 something, like the 10 o'clock hour and the 9 o'clock hour, right? We established this dealing range here. So during this, inside this dealing range here, right, we've come down into internal liquidity, right? We came down, traded to the internal liquidity for this dealing range. Then now price has pushed back up into the consolidation there, right? So now, you know, of course, you would be watching how it reacts at the high. Does it want to go back up to that buy side since we've taken the internal liquidity and left, right, the external liquidity for this dealing range here? Since it's busting out the top, we got our retracement back. Now we're going up. So then you will be looking for a willingness. Does it want to continue up and attack that, right? Or does it want to come back down and attack this in reference to the entire range here, right? Because from this low up to this high, right, that's just a continuation, you know what I'm saying, all the way up there, right? Because we got this here, we consolidated, pulled back, and net there. So this right here is two different price legs that create this entire range. And this sell side liquidity from the dealing range that we created from Friday morning to Monday morning, right? This is internal liquidity for this range right here, right? So if price is really bullish, right, it can stop there and then continue back up, right? Or it can come down and take out this liquidity under here before going back up, because we still do have an imbalance down here that we can very well trade back down into, right, and still be protecting these lows right here, right? Still be protecting those lows. Okay. And that's just a quick look at price without trying to jump down and look at, oh, it hit this order block, and oh, it hit this fair value gap, and oh, it hit. If you don't understand how and why price move, all right, what is you doing? What is you doing? Who cares about you setting up your trade? Never mind Asian market not following the rules, trade off. That's why you got stop dot hating. With all your hating. Do anybody got anything for me? Anybody got anything for me? Did this make any sense to anyone? Did this help anyone? Did this confuse anyone? That's a better question. Did this confuse anyone? Did Robinson's presence distract anyone? Did it hurt? Did it hurt anyone for Robinson to be in the chat? Like, are you feeling like this overwhelming sense of just disgust? Does, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel, did your gag reflex act up when you saw him pop up in the chat? Did you feel it? Okay. You feel it? Okay. I knew somebody was feeling the effects of it. I knew somebody. You don't count Rhonda, you like everybody. I knew somebody was feeling the effects of the Robinson. Somebody was feeling the effects of Robinson. In honor, in honor, question. So when you create the dealing range, you overlook the opening gap. Yeah, I don't care nothing about the opening gap from looking for a dealing range. The dealing range is from liquidity to liquidity. You take out buy side, you take out sell side, you got a new dealing range. Right? Don't overthink it, Kashaya. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Price is fractal. Right? Price is fractal. The higher time frame is king. Right? You want to see this dealing range that I'm watching. Am I on the 1 minute being risky Rhonda, reckless Rachel, risky Randy? You know what I'm saying? Am I here being reckless Rachel on the 1 minute looking for a new dealing range to draw my bias from? Or am I looking in the scope of I'm in the dealing range from like the daily or the weekly time frame, and I understand, okay, I'm in a discount, so I'm only looking for reasons to buy because I'm in a discount, right? Or I'm only looking for reasons to sell because I'm in a premium, right? You got to start with like this is my narrative. This is what I want to go on. This is how I'm engaged with price. And then once you figure that out, right? Hopefully you're on the side of what the algorithm is doing. And if you're not, you can still trade it. But then if you know the algorithm, right? If you know the algorithm is bullish, right? But you say, hey, we gapped up here. We're in a premium treetop tall above the most current dealing range that we was in. We're in a premium. I don't want to buy anything. I'm looking for reasons to sell, right? So you just wait until the market gives you a reason to look for a sale. Expect Judas swing. Now when it trades back up into the breaker, trades back up into the inversion fair value gap, right? Remember we got a breaker here, right? We got our breaker here, but there's a fair value gap in that breaker leg that has become an inversion, right? We trade back up into that inversion fair value gap inside the breaker leg. When you trade back there, there's my short, right? And since price is bullish, right? I'm not trying to hold it for this low way down here because price is bullish, right? I may take it back to the low of the new week opening gap. I may take it back to this bullish breaker here. I might take it back to this bullish order block over here, right? I may take it back to the internal liquidity, right? I'm not trying to take it as low as possible because price is bullish, and so since we're in a premium, I just want to sell, right? Or you can look at today and say, okay, price started to drop and we're bearish, but now we're down here in a discount. I don't want to try to sell down here. So if price comes back up and give me an opportunity to buy over here, right, I'll trade it back up. Then I may stop at the high of this SIBI. I may stop at that bearish order block right there. I may shoot for that high up, didn't get there. So I done got stopped out and profit somewhere. But I'm just holding it for a short amount of time in the sense of today we were bearish, but I'm buying against this bearish daily bias because we're in the discount of the day, right? So, yep. You're welcome. What's up, Seawalk? What's up, Lil Hawk? Don't let Tim lead you astray. uh, uh, still using ADR? Man, Robinson trade animal chart patterns, man. He trade with the lunar changes. Hey, I don't see nothing in the chat. I don't hear nobody in Discord talking, so we gonna call it. Right? I don't hear nobody ain't nobody in Discord. Lump in the Discord. I don't see nobody in the chat. Hey, this was Robinson trade that he was just seeing in the Asian right here. This
all right, just relax. Okay.
This was Robinson in his trade just now.
All right, just relax. Okay.
That's Robinson right there sweat. This what happened when the Asian dropped on him just now. Ooh. Hey, that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Hopefully this helped somebody. Right? If it didn't help anybody, I'm sorry. I'll try again the next time to say something that helped you. If it did help you, please hit the like button and share it with somebody who you think might get something. Shonister! What's up, Shonister? Hey, before we get out of here, everybody say what's up to Shonister. I appreciate her for dropping in. Right? Say what's up to Shonister. Don't pull it up in the chat. You hear me? All right, man. And with that, I would like to bid you adieu. Right? I like to bid you adieu. Tomorrow, Tuesday. Okay, so I'll see y'all tomorrow at 6 p.m. for the intraday price action. This is going to be a short week. We got Thanksgiving on Thursday. Thanksgiving is Thursday, so the market will be closed, I think. And then Friday, it's only like it closed at like 12. So, let me check and see what the hours are. I think it's so I think Tuesday and Wednesday might be the only days we do anything. Lover. All right, so Thanksgiving. All right, so 27th through the 29th. Okay, so all right, so Thanksgiving. So Wednesday is closing at 4, right? And then Thursday it opening it, so it's all right. So Wednesday is a regular day. Thursday it's gonna be open like Thursday night until Friday at 12. So yeah, so Wednesday gonna be like the last regular day. Right? Wednesday gonna be the last regular day, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Cause say trade day Friday the 29th, trade day Friday the 29th. Right? So yeah, so Wednesday is the last regular day, then Thursday and Friday. Right. Thursday closed and then Friday got like a little short day from like Thursday night until Friday morning. Right. So yeah, Wednesday gonna be the last regular trading day. All right. Oh, y'all couldn't even see the thing. I had the thing up here. Y'all could, if you was in Discord, you could see it. But on the CME thing, it show you right here for Thanksgiving. Right, we got the Thanksgiving. If you come near to the CME calendar, right, then just go to Thanksgiving and click and say 27th through the 29th, showing you the days. That's the holiday, right? Then you click on there. Then you come down and it show you the actual times for the equities right there. Thursday it closed at 1600, right? And the trading day is, Wednesday closed at 1600. The trading day is that Wednesday, right? And then it say trading day and it says for Friday, right? So it's going from from Wednesday night at so it's gonna open at 6. It say 1700 because it's Chicago time, right? So it's gonna open at 6 and then close again at 12, and then it's gonna open again Thursday and it say trading day for Friday, and then it's gonna open again Thursday night at 6 and then close at 12 on Friday, right? Well, no, it ain't even got no close over there, so this probably right here gonna be closed all day. Anyway, Wednesday the last trading day, right? The last real trading day that I'm gonna be interested. I don't know what y'all gonna be doing, but yeah, that's it. So I'll see y'all tomorrow at 6 for the intraday price action recap. Look here. We said this is Shonister. We said it's Shonister. We don't care. This right here is Shonister, right? We don't care nothing about it. Say Sean Sinister. We already discussed all of this, right? And that's Shonister. We discussed all of this. But if you wouldn't have been somewhat on punishment for not watching those Christmas movies, you would have known this already. Hey, man. Hey, look here. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's your boy, the amazing Spider Dad, a.k.a. Aranya over here. Get it right, Tim. Aranya Grande. That's Big Spider if you don't hablo Espanol. And on behalf of me, on behalf of Shonister, and on behalf of... Oh, man, where did he go? Oh, there it is. My BFF. We bid you adieu, and we thank you. I see y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be safe out here in these trading streets. I'm gone.